good? Thank you. Thank you, Mary and Dear Life, for this opportunity. I'm going to give you a brief background about myself, how I got started in the business. I won't take a lot of time doing that, but I'll give you a brief background. And then I'll let you know what I used to do back when I took over the business, and how we have changed over time, how we have changed to appeal to the millennials. Also, you'll see that I'm going to talk about, many of you are already doing the kind of marketing that I'm going to teach you or tell you about. The one thing I hope is you get one or two things that you can go and implement in your businesses. I hope we inspire that. And you'll see a lot of purple, so when you go out, that's what you'll see. All right? So a little bit about myself. I was born in India. I studied, all my education happened in Africa, and then I moved here to get my college education. I became an engineer. All the Indian parents, either you're a doctor or engineer, everything else is a failure. That's how it is. So I became an engineer. I was not able to become a doctor. While going to school, I had always wanted to own my own business. During college, I had several different businesses. I used to sell cars. I used to sell ginsu knives door to door. I tried quite a few different businesses. After I graduated, I applied for a 7-Eleven franchise. Based on my profile, I felt like it fits very well. It turns out that they didn't like what they saw, so they rejected me. And a friend of mine was in the dry cleaning business, and he was reasonably successful. So I went out looking for dry cleaners. I found a cleaners that was owned by an alcoholic, and his partner was a bartender. And he ended up selling it to me at a very low down payment, and that's how I entered the business. My daughters always ask me, what do you like about dry cleaning? They knew that I was a 7-Eleven reject. I said, it's either selling hot dogs or removing skid marks of khaki pants. So that's what I chose. I love what I do, by the way. I love what I do. So I ended up buying a business in Costa Mesa called Kona Cleaners. It was, this was the location back then. It was run down. I had no idea what I was getting into. For 1 month, I just kept walking around the store to observe what was going on. And I didn't like anything about the business. It just seemed dirty, dingy. Machines would break down every day. I had old Ajax machines. I've swam in perk several times. Had my shoes, stuck in perk and then go and help the customer. I don't know how many of you have been through that, but that was my experience. So this was the kind of machines that we had. It was pretty bad. There were disclaimers, we weren't responsible for anything. We were not responsible for anything. 70% of the business was men's dress shirts. The price of the shirts was 95 cents. We had 12 washers lined up. We used to wash in cold water and buy the cheapest soap we could find to wash the shirts. That was our business. Less than 30% was women's clothes or dry cleaning. Oh, the women never dared to come to dry cleaners. We were pretty bad. The strategy back then was 50% dry cleaning, Hem pants $4.99, comforters $10.99. That was the strategy of, that was my marketing at that time. I was spending a good amount of money throwing out mailers, money mailer, Valpak, Kathy's coupons. At the time, I was spending a very large percentage on marketing. But one thing I knew, that whatever it is, I have to spend on that. At that time, it was the right place, because that was the one way of getting customers in. But as bad a cleaner I wasn't able to keep them. This was, I had a college professor who was my customer. He was a college professor at Cal State Fullerton. He was a graphics design professor. And most of the dry cleaners that I saw had the name only Cleaners. They had no identity. Mine was called Kona Cleaners, but only we knew that. There was no signage, there was nothing. So the professor said, let me make a logo for you. So he created this logo, which we bartered. I dry cleaned his clothes and he created the logo. I realized at that time that let me run with this, try to put this on everything that I can. So I bought an old used beat up van and put the logo on there, looked like brand new. This was my ride for like 5 years. I took it everywhere. I branded my poly bags, my garment covers, everything had it. My staff was wearing anything they would. I put them in uniforms. All of a sudden, my business started to look more professional. It started to look better than it really was. And that Sandy over there in the middle, she was pressing shirts for me when I took over the business. And she was sweet, hardworking. I brought her to the front because I felt like she'd do really well, but she had no teeth. I got her new teeth. I used to get her haircut, $120 every month. My wife used to be jealous. She didn't spend that much, but I took good care of her. I'm glad to say she's still with me. She's 70 years old. She's still my manager at that store, and that's my best store. With the little money that I started making, I remodeled my store. The business started to go up. I don't know, when you remodel a store, I don't know how business goes up, but it does. Word of mouth, whatever, no idea. That's a younger me. We put fish tanks in our stores. When I bought Kona cleaners for 2 years, I had no idea what Kona meant. Customers used to ask me, "What? Are you from Kona?" I had no idea. 2 years later, I found out it's from Hawaii. And then I decided to go with that theme. And also, we were pissing off so many customers, this really calmed them down. No, really, it does calm them down. So in summary, we had a decent redemption rate with the coupons. The coupons attracted a lot of people to come into my cleaners, but they were more price conscious. And the combination of the coupons and everything I did lead to growth. Every year since I've had the business, we've had growth. What are we doing now? About 8 to 10 years ago, we cut out everything. I saved a ton of money. We made a decision to cut it to get maybe a better clientele, and we moved that budget into other ways of marketing, which I'll show you. I put in Green Earth about 12 years ago. So at that point, I decided to refresh my logo to show the environmentally friendly image. I wanted a very similar look, so I contracted with a guy and he created this. And again, once the logo was created, we ran with it. One advice to everyone is, before you do any kind of marketing, look at the logo. If you have a crappy logo, just refresh it or change it, and then do everything else. Don't waste the money on doing everything without doing the basic things. And you may love your logo, but have an expert opinion on whether that is suitable today or not. It shouldn't look like it came out of the 70s, 80s, or 90s. It should look current. And this was done 10 years ago, and I may still look at it again to make it better. So with that, I put signage on everything. This is the same store that you saw. This is our newest location. Not newest location, this has been in 2012. We put branding on everything. Bags, water bottles, tissue paper, vans. With the vans, I bought a van and I drove it for 2 years without any logo, unmarked. And the reason for that is I was looking for this perfect design. We are busy as dry cleaners. We don't have time to come up with the perfect design. 2 years later, I went back to the same design that I saw. I lost 2 years worth of marketing. And that still pains me. I don't know how many of you are driving vans unmarked, but you're missing out. How many impressions does a van get? We have 15 of these moving around in Orange County. There's nobody in our county that has not seen our van. So this is very basic marketing, but it's still very, very important. A friend of mine emailed me a year ago, and he says, you know, the new Kona is out. I didn't know what that was, and it's a Hyundai Kona. So I got a couple of them a month ago, so my district managers drive that around. They drive so many miles every day. This pays for itself. I'm not paying for this. This pays for itself. The same lobby that I showed you earlier, we refreshed it again. It wasn't bad looking, but we have to reinvest in the business. So I put in a new look, and this is to appeal to the newer crowd. How I find ideas? I have $3. They drag me to malls all the time. And they are busy looking at clothes, and I'm taking pictures of the ceiling lights and counters and all that. And they think I'm weird, but I said that's what pays for your bills. So that's how we came up with the design. We always put fish tanks. That's our thing. Most of our stores have it, and that's Sandy even now. We do print marketing, so every month we have a different special. It's never dry cleaning or shirts, it's always something else. It could be rugs, it could be alterations, it could be shoe cleaning, it could be anything else that's going to generate revenue. that you don't already have. Customers have rugs in their homes. They don't think about it until you remind them. So this goes, every month we change these out. The lobbies look fresh. We have posters, window clings. This goes on our website. It goes on an email blast. The days, the month that we do the rugs, our rug guy is overwhelmed with them. So we get a lot of business out of it. Excuse me. How many of you have seen the posters? Like, I go into cleaners and I see posters from 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They're faded, dusty. I feel like climbing up and tearing those out. So the lobbies have to look fresh, and it doesn't cost a lot of money to do that. It just needs to be clean, put new graphics, and the customers will notice that. So about 8 years ago, we started email marketing. Like I said, we had cut out all the other kind of marketing. This is what where we focused our dollars and attention. These are the emails that we send out. We send out welcome emails, order ready emails, inventory reminders, out of pattern, one and dones, route reminders, lost tunas, and the rest. I'll show you some sample emails and the results that it gets. This is an email, it's called marketing by category. So what this means is, if a customer has been with you and is only bringing in your basic garments and never brings you any households, then we will identify that and send them an email with an offer. I know coupon is considered a bad word with some of you guys, but you know what? I'm marketing to a target client base, customers that are already using you. Why not get additional business from them? This thing generates, this is actual numbers. Average monthly revenue is about $1,500–1,600. That's revenue I didn't have. You could, if a customer only brings you shirts and no dry cleaning, you can market dry cleaning. Anything you can think of, we can do. This is a we miss you. This is for the lost tunas, large customers that haven't used us in a while. We give them $25, depending on the volume they give us. It could be 50, 100, doesn't matter. There are times when a customer will say, oh, I was just on vacation or whatever. It doesn't matter. The customers love the fact that we acknowledge that we miss them. You know, we have so many clients. They want to feel special. This will make them feel special. And you have an opportunity to get them back in the door again and try you. And like I said, even if they are your customer, they're on vacation, let them have the $25. It's good. This thing generates average monthly revenue, $2,700. We do what's called a 3-day sale. These are for clients that haven't visited us in 60, 90 days, depending on what we choose. It's a 3-day sale. This email goes out on Wednesday night. The email is valid for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We give 25% off everything. We don't like to put a lot of disclaimers, because disclaimers are like a negative. You don't want them to read all this. You don't want to argue at the counter. Why do you give 25% off dry cleaning and not shirts? Why not give it on alterations, leather, everything? What difference is it going to make? How many dollars is it going to cost you at the end of the year? Make it simple. And that's what we do. And you know how it says valid on incoming order? I don't even like that, because that's our reviews show that one disclaimer, we have the most negative reviews because of that one disclaimer. And I want to get rid of it. I don't know how, but I'm going to get rid of it. If any one of you has ideas on getting rid of it, please talk to me later, because that's something that's a problem for us. This thing generates average $2,000 a week. Oh, a month, sorry. This is money that I didn't have. I may have gotten maybe a couple $100, maybe a regular customer comes every 2-3 months, but most of this money I didn't have. Why not get the revenue in? Why not get the customer back in the door? They may have gone to another dry cleaner just to try them out. It was easier. You send them this offer, they come back again, and they might get started back up again. It's not one thing, it's all these little things that you do that will increase sales. These are the results of only the three campaigns we do. It brings us $13,500. That's only 3. We do a lot more. Again, this is money I didn't have. And it doesn't cost a lot to produce this. We do some fun stuff as well. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but Thomas Jennings was the inventor of dry cleaning. He got a patent on March 3rd on 1821. So Be Creative, our company, came up with this day, National Dry Cleaning Day. Why don't we all run with this? Everything has a day. There's a donut day, there's a pizza day, there's every kind of day. This is a National Dry Cleaning Day. And it has a good meaning, right? Most of us here don't know that dry cleaning was invented on this day. All of us can run this campaign, and it can be a national thing at one point if everyone participates. But what it does for us, the one day that we had this sale, it generated $7,200 in additional revenue. And this wasn't sent out to everyone. This was sent to customers that haven't visited us in 30 days. So I'm not a big believer of sending out coupons to everyone. You want to target them. And coupons are okay, guys. I don't care how good a dry cleaner you are, coupons or some kind of offers are okay. That's how I feel. Text messaging, I was fighting this for a long time because I personally don't like to receive texts. 2 years ago we started sending texts for order ready, route reminders, thank yous, inventory reminders. The customers love this. So I was a hurdle in my own business. How many of us are hurdles in our own businesses? It's not really what I like. I don't like to receive text. I don't like to receive text from friends even. But that doesn't mean the customer doesn't like it. The customers, we see our reviews, there are hundreds of reviews mention the fact that they love the text. So we as owners should put ourselves out of the equation and let the experts guide us. So I was a big hurdle here. We do social media. We heard a lot about social media earlier. We do some fun things in social media. It's we do about 2-3 posts a week. We ran a promotion Last year we ran this promotion, it was for our 75th anniversary. We gave away 2 free Hawaiian airline tickets, and we promoted it through social media. They had to tag hashtag Aloha Kona Cleaners, and they would be eligible to win this. We had posters in our lobby where they could take selfies and post. This whole promotion, including the tickets and all the supplies, cost us $1,500, including the boost on Facebook. And we had thousands of impressions on this. It's money well spent. It's also a goodwill to the clients, right? The couple that won this was extremely pleased. We talked a lot about websites earlier. The one thing I'll tell you about websites is, if you have a website that's 10 years old, take it down. It's better not to have a website than to have a crappy website. Because the customers who are going on there are judging you based on what they see. Your store could be beautiful and you have a website that's 10 years old. Guess what? They haven't been in your store yet. They haven't experienced what you could be the best dry cleaners. Before they experience it, they're turned off by the website. My very good friend Ray over here, I'm going to put him on the spot. He has a 10-year-old website. And the reason he hasn't changed it is because he absolutely loves that site. He needs to put himself out of the equation and let the experts do the job. He's finally agreed with that, right, Ray? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Thank you. I'm getting a free website.
Our website has a review widget on there, which populates all the reviews in current time. If I get a 5-star review, it's going to go on the website right away. It keeps the website fresh, it keeps the SEO going. We hide the negative ones, we only put the positive ones. The one other thing I recommend is to have, I don't know how many of you invest money in SEO, but this is a very basic thing that everyone can do and immediately get a good result. So all the search engines, they like the information to be consistent. If it's Kona Cleaners, 821 West Taft Avenue, everything that's the address, phone number, all the information should be consistent. You can do that yourselves. Make sure you claim every page, go to each site and change everything. Or there are companies that will do it for you. They charge a monthly fee, but they'll go through 100 different search engines and make all the information current. The only problem is once you stop paying, they're going to go back to where it was. But this gives you an immediate result. We have our Kona app. Now there's a lot of hype about apps. Everybody wanted an app. You cannot just have an app for the sake of having an app. Nobody's going to download it. It has to be functional. What our app does, we have coupons on there, they can check their orders. I don't know how many people check that. But one very functional item that we have on here, it's called On My Way. So a customer, they can do route requests as well on here. The customers use that a lot. But On My Way is what a lot of our customers use. Say they're leaving the office and they click the button, I'm on my way. My CSR gets an alert that, okay, Mrs. Smith is on her way. So what we do is we retrieve the clothes and we put it on this rack. We just started this recently. We didn't have this rack before. So this is a temporary rack. We're building the better ones. everything that I do has been copied. We didn't invent this, we copied it from Starbucks. So that's what Starbucks does, and it's a big hit. I recommend something like this because we're talking about the younger generation. They're very impatient. They don't want to see you. They really don't. They just want to take the clothes and run. Let them run. So that's what we do, everything to make it easier for our clients. And this is one thing that makes it easier for them. And it's also easier for us because then there's no rush time. The customer gives us enough notice that they're coming and we get it ready. We do lockers. We just started one store. Every one of my stores that we're remodeling, we're going to put lockers there. It's for the 24-hour convenience. We put lockers, drop boxes. Again, the younger generation doesn't want to see me. They'll come at midnight and pick up their clothes, and that's what they like. Why not offer this? It doesn't cost a lot. I think it's a great way of reaching out to them. At one of our stores, we put a metal projector kiosk. That's also to appeal to the younger generation. How many of you have heard of Waze? Do you guys use it? So I live in Southern California, and Waze is widely used by a lot of customers. Even when there's no traffic, they use Waze to see where the cops are hiding. And if you're in that kind of area, I highly recommend that you advertise in that platform. That's an older slide. I'll put a new slide up. So in this case, I'm spending about $5 a day. And look at the impressions that I'm getting. If you see, this is 4,000. It's almost over 4,000 impressions every day. How can you get this kind of return on $5 a day? Granted, they're not all, they just see the Kona Cleaners logo pop up. It doesn't matter, they're passing by, they keep seeing this thing pop up. It's really worth looking at this. Not everything we do is technology. We still have the human touch. I don't want to lose the human touch because a lot of companies are all automated, and I don't want to be that way. I want the human touch. We send out handwritten welcome cards to every customer that comes in. We don't get that many handwritten notes anymore, so customers really like this. We do Chalk Children's Hospital. We collect toys every November. We give $10 off for any toy donated to us. It's a good cause, and we end up getting quite a few. That's every November we do. Kona Cares for Kids. We donate to schools. We clean flags for free. We recently cleaned 20 flags for Anaheim Public Works. My CSR came to me saying, this guy has 20 flags, what should I do? We clean them for free. And I thought nobody would notice. And this is what I got. In a couple of weeks ago, this is what I got. So customers notice that, or people notice a kind gesture. The next slide I'm going to show you, I'm very, very proud of. Millennials, or customers in general, love to do business with businesses that they think are charitable. We do military cleaning at no charge. We used to do it every Memorial Day. And then I decided, why only one day? Why not clean it for free every day? That's the least we can do to give back. I don't know how many free uniforms I'm cleaning, but I guarantee you, I'm getting more than I'm giving. The goodwill that this thing generates is incredible. We have hundreds of reviews that mention this. If you're leaving by a base, I don't recommend it. But other than that, why not? I looked through the reviews before I came here, and one review I came across, I would pay double. I would pay double to come to Corner Cleaners. What kind of goodwill am I getting? When a customer walks into my lobby, they see this, they immediately have a level of trust in my business. And that's priceless. The only thing, the cops are really pissed off at me. They want it free as well. I give them a discount, but I can't do it for free. Everything I said so far, if you don't take my advice, no problem. This is the most important thing. When somebody is searching for a restaurant, dry cleaner, anything, now they're not going to see a sign and just drive in. They're going to look online. Even if a neighbor